Alright, everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name and call sign is November 9. We are doing our playthrough of Wasteland 3 here. Just got through dealing with Irv in the Sands Lux apartments. Gonna go talk to Gary Wolf, and then at some point gonna replace Kickboy, who has that. So we need to get somebody else who can pick up Strike Rate, Animal Whisperer. And I think we might not replace both of them, but we're definitely going to replace one of them here in this episode. Alright, let's go see about Gary Wolf.
Got a proposition for you, Rangers. You're the CO around here? Huh. Okay. Quality setup this time. Better than back in AZ. Guess Daddy Buchanan's buying you all the good gear.
Who are you?
Gary Wolf, freelance security consultant and synth hunter. Got a proposition for you.
You've been to Ranger Citadel?
I helped the Rangers during their whole Cochise debacle. They might have come out strong if they'd listened to me. Too bad.
What do you want?
After the Rangers nuked Cochise, and themselves, I figured somebody competent had to chase down its mechanical brood. So I recruited folks who'd lost family to synths, and I formed a posse. Decommissioned a dozen of the plastic punks in AZ. Then heard a feud headed east and followed them here. Now I'm getting flack from that tin star twat Daisy for exchanging fire with the synth we tracked to Colorado Springs. That's where you come in. Interferent bitch told the marshals to shoot us on sight if we stepped inside the city limits again, so we can't go after this October 11 synth. Was hoping you might be interested in taking care of it for us. Cash bounty for its head.
Alright, so Cochise was an AI that we basically had to nuke. The Rangers had to nuke their own citadel to get rid of. So presumably asking this would result in some scorn about not knowing our own history. So we'll say, tell us about Cochise.
Are you kidding me? Cochise is the Rangers' greatest enemy. A supercomputer that almost exterminated them twice, and which built an army of synths to kill every last human on Earth. Rangers aren't training their recruits at all these days, are they?
Alright, so I'm not going to ask what's so bad about synths. The synth is called October 11.
Yeah, no idea why. Synths are weird that way. It and another synth called Tourmaline K'd some civs on their way here, just for kicks. So watch yourselves.
K is slang for killed. There's talk that there are K parties when a certain group of individuals kills someone. Anyway, that being said, I want to state for the record that I am not a synth.
11 is a stone killer. Gotta be neutralized before it kills again. And killing it will help us find its comrades.
How will killing this October 11 help us find others?
All synths got a radio in their heads. Lets them communicate long distance and triangulate on each other. Once I crack 11's head open, I'll hack it for their locations. You want to go after the others too? I'll make it worth your time.
Why did Daisy ban you from hunting in Colorado Springs?
We cornered 11 downtown and tried to take it out quietly. But there was a snafu and we had to open fire. Shot up the street, wounded some civs. Silly bitch wouldn't listen when I warned her about the synth. Acted like we were the problem and sent us packing. Fuck her.
Hey now, that's my ex-boss you're talking about, Hoss.
Lucky you quit then. She's a frag candidate for sure.
All right, frag candidate. That's probably slang they use a lot in Vietnam. Someone who's likely to be killed by their own troops. So look, personally, I think that as part of this organization, you would want to take out synths because they tried to kill all of the Rangers earlier and wipe them out. So I'm going to tell this guy we will add the runaway synth to our list. If you don't want to do that, you can tell him that. But it's also a way to earn a little bit of money. So we'll say, okay, we'll add this runaway synth to our list.
Add it to your list? Ought to be your top priority. Whatever. We'll wait here until you bring back its head. Should still be downtown somewhere. You'll know you're near it when you start hearing weird static on your radio. Squad, at ease.
Alright, so let's go get us a synth, and then we can replace some squad people after that. So let's go back downtown. And the caption down there indicates many sacrifices had to be made to establish civilization again. Possibly true. Alright, so you can see now that we know about synths, we're getting static on our radio.
Boy. Come on, answer the question. All right. I'm sure they could use my help.
Alright, so did we turn this on before? You see the power going off into the wilderness here. And more static. And we go back into the museum. While we're in here, just for jokes and giggles, we'll press the button. A mechanical eagle in red, white, and blue top hat slumps on a rustic perch.
Why, hello there. My name's Old Baldy, and this here is the Saul Buchanan, Colorado Heritage Museum, or, as I like to call it, home. Me and my friends here, dedicated, telling the story of old Saul Buchanan and the refounding of the great state of Colorado, which is just the first step in Saul's plan to bring back the good old United States of America. Now, just stroll from stage to stage and we'll tell you the story along the way. It's as simple as that. Any questions before you go?
We'll ask this question first. Are you the American Eagle?
Look just like my picture, don't I? Now, wait a minute. Let me give you my good side. There you go. I gotta admit, though, I'm looking better than I was. Life's been pretty tough on old Baldy since the world went to pot. Lost a lot of feathers. But now that Patriarch Buchanan's rebuilding America, I'm starting to feel like my old self again.
All right, tell us Buchanan's story.
Well, I don't want to spoil the show, but it begins with Saul's humble start in this very town. And it follows the trials and tribulations he faced uniting the 100 families, defeating the monster army, and bringing peace and security to Colorado. And, in case you were worried, it's suitable for children of all ages.
So we could use Animal Whisper here by petting the eagle and say, "Oh, come on, Baldy. Just tell us the story."
Step back. It is against museum rules to fondle the displays.
All right. Have you seen any synths around here?
I'm sorry, friend. I'm afraid I don't know that word.
That's all we want to know. Thanks.
Great! Then on with the show! Youngest son of the Buchanan clan. Brave survivors of the fall of man. Baby Saul grew straight like a tree. Could swing a sledgehammer before he was 3. Learned to read and write before he could walk. Finished all his schooling before he could talk. Showed all his teachers a thing or two when he taught them that a fact didn't have to be true. Is Buchanan a man? Oh boy, what a man! The strongest of men! You can say that again.
And I think Lucia said that when we first came in here. She sang the little refrain, "Is Buchanan a man?" All right, over here to the first exhibit.
Then came the gangs of the eastern plains, hoping to rob us of our worldly gains. Old Saul saw him coming and he rolled up his sleeves. He said, "You're all nothing but a pack of thieves." Strong as an ox at 70. He faced down the savages again and again. Then drove them back to the desolate east and secured for Colorado an endless peace. Is Buchanan a man? Oh boy, what a man. The truest of men. You could say that again.
What a quaint little song. All right, let's move on to the next display.
The 100 families came to see O Springs, and all fell to fighting over frivolous things. Still Saul raised their heads to the circling wings of the vultures who were waiting to dine like kings. He said that the only way to save the land was to bury the hatchet and all shake hands. So they signed the treaty in a single day and begged him to lead them and show them the way. Is Buchanan a man? Oh boy, what a man. The truest of men. You could say that again.
All right, what a rosy view of Saul Buchanan. All right, over here to the next exhibit as we get more modem sounds.
With the families behind him, Saul went to war and fought all the monsters of Satan's resort. He lined them all up and he cut them all down till Flab the inhaler surrendered his crown. Buchanan spared Flab and made him a deal. If your boys work for me, they'll never miss a meal. Flab signed up on the dotted line. Now his monsters keep us safe in the evening time. Is Buchanan a man? Oh boy, what a man. The truest of men. You could say that again.
All right, so we haven't met any part of the monster army yet, but apparently that's coming up. The last exhibit over here, near a fireplace.
Well, the Dorseys thought they had a better idea. Believed they could rule by murder and fear. Tried to steal Colorado from our patriarch, but old Saul proved his bite was worse than his bark. Drove out
My
the Dorseys
uncle
and
tells me
gave
you're a
their
man
lands
of
to the poor and the
questionable
needy and the
morals, Mr. Kwan.
Indians. So mercy
Well,
for the merciless
that's why I'm on the
was his
payroll.
stand, so he hunted
Somebody's
the
got to
Dorseys
get their
to the
hands
very
dirty,
last
so good folk like you
man.
can keep your
Is
hearts
Buchanan
clean.
a man?
That's not how Colorado Springs
Oh boy,
works,
what a
Mr. Kwan.
man.
That's how you
The
work.
truest of men.
Huh. I'm sure you know
could say
best.
that again.
All right, well, unfortunately, Lucy and Quan had a conversation over our thing. All right, so
Well, the Dorseys thought they had a better idea. Believed they could rule by murder and fear. Tried to steal Colorado from our patriarch, but old Saul proved his bite was worse than his bark. gave their land to the poor and the needy and the Indians. No mercy for the merciless was his stand, so he hunted the Dorseys to the very last man. Is Buchanan a man? Oh boy, what a man. The truest of men. You can say that again.
Alright, so now we've got to locate the synth. If we try to activate these things, I think it's just going to keep playing the song over and over again. I really don't want to do that, so maybe we just have to try to kill them. I don't know. Let's look at some other ones here. Ooh.
No, leave them! They don't even have brains!
The synth reveals itself, October 11.
Why are humans always killing things? Friends, defend yourselves!
Oops.
Choo-choo! Here comes the pain train!
Alright, well this wasn't ideal. We will move to get clear of everybody. Alright, 2 down there. We will take cover here. Marshal Kwan.
Nice.
Uh-oh. We aggroed the entire museum.
Please, do not shoot the exhibits!
Alright, we're gonna start by moving this guy over here, and we can shoot a bunch of people at the same time. Alright, so we'll go into defend mode. Bronco. Two kills there, and we'll move him out of the way of everybody. Marshal Kwan. Two kills there, and we'll just move him up here for now. Lucia Wesson. And we'll have her fall back. Ogre. We'll have him move up. And he inadvertently looted. Alright, Mercy, we're going to have fall back here. And we will go into ambush mode.
Damaging the exhibits is strictly prohibited.
Alright, so we're going to move up here with Ogre. And I really don't want to kill Major Tom, but I do have a torrent strike here. Oh, I only killed one of my teammates. Good times. Kick Boy. Yeah, I can't do that. Alright, we'll go revive Bronco here.
Now you want to work together?
And there's just too much friendly fire here, so I'm gonna push up here behind cover. Alright, Bronco's really hurting, so we'll medkit ourselves. Alright, Quan's out of ammo, so we'll switch to his assault rifle. Two quick kills there. And we'll just save our point. Lucia Wesson. We're going to have her move up here and take the precision strike. And that was the synth. So we killed everybody. And there is the head of October 11, and we can get money for that from Gary Wolf. Alright, somebody died. So let's go throw an injury kit. And some people leveled up. Put one into coordination for Kick Boy. And we could go one into mechanics. Or two into anything else. We'll just put it into small arms. And Ogre leveled up. So we'll go one into strength. Three into explosives. And so of these, I think high impact is really good. Automatic critical hits. We could go into leadership and get rally. But I'm going to choose move up, which gives you better combat speed on the first turn. That will allow us to get to cover. Alright, so that is everything. So all the, there's only one synth in here, I guess, but all of the other robots were controlled by the synth. And so we killed them all. And I guess we won't tell Junko Murayama that we killed all of the robots she made. Alright, let's see what Gary has to say.
Find that synth in Colorado Springs yet?
Here's its head. Where's the bounty?
Oh, no muss, no fuss. How about that? Alright then. Here's the cash, as promised. Now, one more thing. I was kinda afraid you'd be as pussy as the AZ Rangers, but looks like you're serious. So I've got another proposal for you. We need a base of operations for our synth hunt, and it looks like you've got plenty of space. What do you say? Can we set up shop here?
You don't seem to like the Rangers very much. Are you sure you want to hang around?
Ranger squad I ran with in AZ was a chicken outfit. Failed to utilize me properly. Paid the price for it. But you did okay here, so I'm giving you a chance.
Fine, you can stay.
Great. We'll find a corner and keep out of the way. And just to make the deal sweeter, how'd you like to pick up a few more bounties?
What other bounties?
Like I told you, synths communicate with each other long distance. That means when I hack October 11's head, I'll be able to find its friends. Unfortunately, we're still on the trail of a pack of eastbound synths right now, so we can't stop and hunt for these. But it's got to be done, so I'll pay you to do it. Cash for each head. You want the job?
Give us the locations, we'll get the synths.
Great. Now, let me just crack this egg.
Wolf takes the head, expertly opens it, then wires it to a portable computer in his backpack, and begins to poke and prod. After a few minutes, he nods and turns the screen towards you. It shows a map dotted with flickering lights.
You see that light in the center? That's our current location. Actually, October 11's head. Those other lights around the middle one? Those are the other synths.
One looks real close to Denver. Anything you can tell us about it?
A lot of interference. Maybe near a radio tower. Maybe two. Lots of other smaller EM signals, too. Probably got a whole bunch of robots around to protect it.
How about the one that's a little further out from Denver?
There's some wobble in the location signal, which means it's bouncing off the mountains from the foothills. That flickering means there's interference, so it's probably underground. Maybe it's coming from some kind of bunker or mine. Or maybe a nuclear silo inside a dormant volcano. Like some kind of supervillain.
There's one in the Aspen area that keeps flickering.
Signal's imprecise, bouncing around. Maybe in the mountains.
Thanks, we got it.
Great. The sooner you end them, the sooner you get paid.
Alright, so we've got a way to pick up some extra cash. We've got a pretty good amount of money right now. And some of our people leveled up. Bronco leveled up. We'll put it into coordination. Over here in the skills, we'll put it in melee combat. And Lucille leveled up. We'll put it into coordination. And again, we'll just put it into small arms, which will give us a skill called Draw, or perk Draw available to us.
Hi, I'm Austin. I'm new.
Welcome aboard. Where are you from?
Guys, over here.
Around.
Yeah?
Hey,
Me too.
November.
We all are here.
Hey, I'm feeling much better now. Ready to help out any way I can.
Are you happy with how things are going so far?
It's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine, I guess. Not really inspiring anybody, but that's not really our job, is it? Our job is to save the folks back home. And, well, I'm pretty sure we'll get there. We could try harder, though.
Talk to you later, Jody.
Later.
Alright, so Jody is available as a companion. But I already have a really good sniper character set up, so I'm not going to use Jody unless we have to. Alright.
Glad to see you back, Rangers. Cleaned up the worst of the mess in your absence. Now, what can I help you with?
Got any deliveries for us?
Diligent Joe came by with the supplies you asked for. Should help us get on our feet.
These volunteers you mentioned, where are you getting them from?
Well, I've got friends in the Marshals, the Patriarch's Palace Guard, and some local militias. They've always got more folks wanting to sign up than they have positions for. So I asked my pals to send over everybody on their waiting lists. Now, some of these folks may be, less than top grade for sure. But most will be solid recruits, ready and willing to learn. You'll have to pick and choose.
If you're going to be our chief of security, we want to know more about you.
Happy to tell you what you need to know.
Sir, I have heard stories about you all my life. It is a tremendous honor to meet you in the flesh.
Oh, thank you, Miss Wesson. And I apologize in advance for not living up to the stories. Some of them might have stretched in the telling. Now, what do you all want to know?
You've served with the Patriarch for so long. You must like him.
I do indeed. Some folks can't get past his brusque ways, but that's just the impatience of a man who knows what's right, dealing with fools who don't. He cares too deeply about the well-being of the people of Colorado to let political courtesy slow him down. Of course, you'll hear a lot of folk condemning him for hurting this group or that group with his decisions. But the way I see it, they should be glad it wasn't them who had to make the choice.
So what's your story?
Well, came here with my folks when I was a kid, and was a young man when Saul was trying to unite the families and make Colorado a state. I got behind him right away. He had leader written all over him, even back then. I've served at his side ever since, fighting against the monster army, consolidating power here in town, helping him expand our borders.
What Mr. Greatsky means is that he played a key role in many of the Patriarch's greatest victories. And he had no small part in making Colorado what it is today.
You're too kind, Darius. Well, the fighting's never really ended. Trying to hold it all together is a constant struggle. This business with his children is just the latest in a long line of troubles.
Will you tell us some stories about your days fighting beside the Patriarch?
Stories? They are stories indeed these days. I've told him so many times all the truth's been wrung out of him. Now, let's see. Here's one. So, one day we were hunting monster army raiders and came upon a tin-walled shack. The people inside were shooting at us and not answering our calls to parley. Well, I got sick of that real quick and unslung my rocket launcher. But Saul, he holds up a finger, then creeps around behind the compound. Well, pretty soon we hear him smashing through those tin walls with his hammer, and then comes two high-pitched screams. A few moments later, he comes striding out, carrying a child under each arm. They've been shooting at us because they thought we were coming to eat their dying parents. Now, I will never know how Saul knew it was kids in there rather than raiders, but somehow he did. And we brought them and their folks back to the city and helped them out until they got well again. And he's always been like that. An uncanny ability to always do the right thing.
Got any more stories for us?
Give me a while and I'll see if I can remember any more. In the meantime, I'm sure you have plenty to do.
Let's talk about something else.
Happy to. What's on your mind?
We need to manage our active rangers.
Sure thing. Let's have a look.
Alright, so I should have removed the armor from these guys first. So we'll quit out and go back around and do that real quick.
There you go. Anything else? I'll be here.
Alright, so we're going to replace this guy first. So let's take his armor off. Alright, he has melee combat, hard ass, first aid, armor modding. Does anybody else have hard ass? No. Okay, so let's replace Bronco first.
Rangers, good to see you. Sure thing. Let's have a look.
And we're just gonna make our own recruit here. So they all aren't 200 bucks. The price goes up as you do this over and over again. So those of you who are old school wrestling fans will know this name right away.
Damn, shit just got real.
Alright, so we are doing a melee character. So we will give him lethal weapon as a background. Alright, here in the appearance, we're just gonna just skip all that. I would imagine if you are, you'll understand why I'm making these changes now, later on. Alright, so that does look very exciting, but we are going to, that's right folks, we're going down here to Quirk. We are selecting Circus Freak. So Circus Freak has a penalty. You become much more detectable, presumably because you look like a freak. But you get awesome combat speed and awesome crit resistance. Circus Freak, it transforms you and you become its vessel. It's funny, no one even cared who you were until you put on the nose. And voila, you can see our guy changes into a circus clown. Now what I like to do is go back in here to appearance, to hair, and wait a minute, his hair went away. Don't worry, we go back to the quirk, we'll swap it out, and there he goes with black hair. Evil Clown. Alright, Evil Clown will use a melee weapon. Alright, skills, strength, coordination, speed. So we'll just place hold with that for right now. And we get Bleeding Strike. Here in attributes, there's always, do you jack this up to get more skill points starting off? Do you jack this up to get more experience? Or do you jack this up for all the good stuff about luck? So, if we were going to do anything, I would do intelligence for the critical chance and the extra skill points. So we don't need charisma. So we'll put it all into intelligence to get the 10 skill points. And then we want a lot of speed to build into that, so we'll put the rest of them into speed. Actually, we'll take We'll max out speed as well. And then we'll start putting into strength after that. So go back here to skills. We got 29 points here. So if you wanted to, you could spend 26 points to max out melee combat. I don't recommend that. If you were gonna go do something and jack this up, I would go to here. 5 points of melee combat. When you have 2 melee weapons, the striking distance perk really helps out, so I'm going to choose that. Alright, so let's talk about other stuff for our melee character. Well, I want to put 1 point in first aid starting out, because this guy's going to be able to move around the battlefield a lot, so he could be doing a lot of first aid stuff. We're going to go down here and put 3 into weird science. This may not make sense now, but that's all we're going to put into that. We're going to do nerd stuff. Because normally I do this build without weird science. Let's see. We'll put 4 into mechanics. Mechanics, weird science, first aid, melee combat. So I think the other one I do is nerd stuff. And we'll put that into nerd stuff and go back and put that into mechanics. I know some of that skill allocation might not make sense now, but the reason I put nerd stuff on this is so this guy is going to be super maneuverable around the battlefield, be able to hack robots and turn them onto your side and stuff like that during combat. He'll be able to get over there and disable the generators and stuff like that. This is for way late in the game. We're never going to put any more points into that. This we're going to start putting points into as we get further on. And melee is how we do our work. So that is everything with this character. Alright, now I can replace Kick Boy, and I think we will do that. But I gotta take all the stuff off. So first let's move Mercy to the back. And we want this guy to be 3rd, Lucia 4. Alright, so that's good for now.
There you go. Anything else? I'll be here.
Alright, so we're going to armor up our guy here. A lot of stuff out here. As you can see, the Blade of Winter is a better bladed weapon than the Ice Axe. Even though it doesn't have a ability to it, it does more raw damage. So we're going to equip that. And then we're going to equip the Kneecapper. So I'll have 2 melee weapons. We will go give him this. And mechanics could do that right now. Actually, maybe we will. Put that in there. Alright, now we need... Give him that for critical chance. Give him that. Give him this. And give him that. And then we're just going to toggle off the visibility and everything. So this character, he's got nerd stuff to be able to hack robots. He's got mechanics to disable generators or to enable generators. Melee combat. This is for later, and first aid. Alright, here, this gives you more combat speed, so that is definitely one we're purchasing. Down here, this stuff is tempting, but I don't think we need to use it right now. we're going to pick this right here. Again, more combat speed. So this guy is going to have a boatload of combat speed. Especially because we're going to start putting points in here and give more action points. And we're going to put points in here as well, which is going to give him health and the ability to throw his deployables a really long way. So in the order which we're going to do that, I don't know yet. Alright. Now let's talk about... Oh, and we're going to give him this armor. I don't know why I didn't even think about that. Alright, that's how you waste a healing thing. Alright, so now that we did all that, more combat speed here, mechanics here, healing bonus here, and more mechanics here. So now when we look, we've got mechanics at level 7, nerd stuff at 7, melee combat at 5, weird science 3, first aid 1. Alright, so that's how we're doing this guy. So let's talk about replacing Kickboy. I think it goes up to 350.
Rangers, good to see you. Sure thing. Let's have a look.
Oh, and this is a bug that just drives me nuts. The guy's face turns like bright white. Yeah, it's really dumb. And even if you chose this, well, that's great and everything. I think it may be triggered by using Circus Freak. But no matter what complexion you try to make the person, it'll be all messed up. Yeah. Alright, what are we doing here? Alright, identification. I know it's a dumb name. You can make fun of me later.
Get ready.
Here they come.
Let's.
Oh, are we going? Okay.
Alright, down here, we're picking Disciple of the Metal. I just don't know if there are a lot of other ones that I would like right here. Alright, appearance. Yeah, you can see no matter what, it changes it underneath, but it doesn't change it on the surface. You can see the tone of the face changing underneath. So, we may have to just pick a full face helmet here. What would be appropriate? Ruin Delver's mask. Huh. The Night Helmet. Hellraiser mask. The white skin is just driving me crazy. Alright, we'll go with the Pain Freak mask just to cover up as much of this bright white stuff, because it's annoying. Scalp vest. Put the scavenger jacket. I think we'll do the scavenger jacket and the tundra pants. And this is going to be a big guy too. For our portrait, I don't even think they have a picture of this. So we'll just go with this. Starting weapon, we are going to equip this guy with a flamethrower at the end of it. So we're going big guns, awareness, coordination, strength, attributes, again, we're going to try and get all the skill points we can. So we'll do the skills like that for now. Or the attributes, sorry. Gonna put 4 into big guns. And then we're gonna do stuff that boosts fire damage. So we're gonna want to do a lot of weird science here. Why don't we do 5 in that for now? Toaster repair, we'll put that at 5. And this guy will be a tough guy, so we'll put... Do we have any way to spend those points? Yes. Alright, so that's how we're going to do that. And again, we will move this guy to about right there. Actually, I think we want him. So you have like a dual tank thing. Ogre is a heavy weapons guy. Burn unit is also a heavy weapons guy. So they'll soak up a lot of damage. Then Doink can run around. He could be even farther back, really. Lucia's got just handguns, she's closer range. Quan has a choice of weapons between assault rifles and subguns, and then Mercy are snipers in the way back.
There you go. Anything else? I'll be here.
Alright, so just so we don't trigger anything.
Stay sharp.
Accidentally. Alright, so here's burn unit. I know I had a flamethrower around here somewhere. And we can also put the frozen ferret launcher or the Polar Express, which is... We'll do the frozen... Do I want to do this? Yeah, we'll do the frozen ferret launcher as a secondary. All right. No, we'll give him. We've got the ability to wear this armor, so let's wear it. Try the brainwave destabilizer, actually. Let's equip that as our secondary, and we'll give him critical chance. Over here, we'll give Quan the Ranger Star. Because I don't need Quan to do first aid anymore. Alright, so that's that. Now we'll go into perks here. We got 2 perks. We could do this. Flamethrower attacks engulf targets, reducing their hit chance by 15%. We could also do Toaster, Expert, or Breakfast Bandit. I actually like Breakfast Bandit a lot, so we're going to select that. And bonus loot for the Toasters or Terrorizer. We will pick Terrorizer. Alright, and so now we can take Burn Unit and go back into the kitchen here and repair the toaster. And we got the Tarzan token, we got a Toaster Repairman's badge, and we got Toast. As you can see, Toast is a great healing item. So that's why we do that. While we're here, we might as well take a visit to the jail. Because now that Hope is here, you can unlock the desk. And inside the desk, leopard print handcuffs, ooh la la, a couple of Eternatarts, a couple bottles of pickles, and the Locksmith Companion Skill Book. So we will take all those. Alright, let's see here. We are nearing the end of the episode. Most of the time was spent killing a synth and rearranging our squad. So I hope you guys are understanding what I'm trying to do with my squad build here. Eventually at some point, I do plan on adding an extra weapon skill into Burn Unit, because I've found throughout this game sometimes it's easy to run out of flamer fuel. Like, we only have 25 things of flamer fuel right now, and the brainwave destabilizer is great and everything, but I think that ceases to become useful pretty quickly. So we may have to find something else. The frozen ferret launcher, if we equip that, how many ferrets do we have available? We have 5 ferrets available. So we don't have a lot of ammo for either of these, so that's why I'm saying we may end up switching to a different weapon at some point for him. I'm just not sure what. So that's how we're doing it right now. Anyway, when we come back, do we even have any missions? We're recruiting more people. Talk to Gideon Reyes in Broadmoor Heights. Alright, so when we come back next time, we will go to Broadmoor Heights and see Gideon Reyes. Let's create a save point here. Alright, sorry that wasn't exciting as last time, folks, but we did fight a synth and the entire museum. And I hope you join me next time. Anyway, my call sign's November 9. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. I'll see you on the next episode of Wasteland 3.